Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our presentation. My name is Nida Nurul Aziza. I am the moderator. I will guide the course of our presentation. Our session is going to discuss the topic about public policy. The purpose of this presentation is to discuss public policy, in which the importance of this public policy study in public or state administrative science is because public policy is the focus in state administration, where the focus of the science of state administration is effectiveness and efficiency. In the science of state administration, public policy originates and is made by the government as a dynamic function of the state which is intended to create effectiveness and efficiency in carrying out government and state tasks. Public policy is also carried out by government bureaucracy. The main focus of public policy is public service, so that public policy becomes an important study in the science of public administration. We have divided our talk into 5 main parts. We will use PowerPoint to support our presentation. For the first part, we will give you some explain about the nature of public policy. The first part will explain by me. In a simple concept, essentially public policy is a concept that underlies the plans of public organizations or government plans in regulating the interest of many people or the public interest. In addition to the simple concept of public policy, there is also an understanding of public policy in general. That is, everything that is done or not done by the government for the benefit of the public or the public. In this case, the word all things refers to every rule that exists in the shared life in the relationship between citizens and the relationship between citizens and government. Some forms of public policy that have been poured into legislations are presidential and regional regulation. Furthermore, Anderson in 1975 argues that public policies are forms of policy established by officials and government agencies. These policies have several implications. First, public policy always has actions that lead to certain goals. Secondly, a policy that contains government action is something that is actually done by the government. Public policy also has positive and negative meanings. In a positive meaning, the government decided to act on certain issues, at least based on the applicable laws and regulations. While in a negative meaning, the government decided not to do something. Anderson further said that there are important elements contained in public policy, including, first, policies always have a purpose or are oriented towards a specific goal. 2. The policy contains the actions or patterns of action of government officials. 3. Policy is what the government actually does and not what it intends to do. And 4. Public policies are positive, means a government action regarding a particular problem, and negative means the decision of government officials not to do something. And 5. Public policy, positive, is always based on certain laws and regulations that are coercive, means authoritative. As a decision that binds the public policy must be made by political authorities, that is, those who accept the mandate from the public or the public, generally through an election process to act on behalf of the people. Furthermore, public policy will be implemented by the state administration, which is run by the government bureaucracy. The main focus of public policy in the modern state is public service, which is everything that can be done by the state to maintain or improve the quality of life of many people. Balance the role of the state, which has the obligation to provide public servants with the right to collect taxes and fees, and on the other hand, balancing various groups in society with various interests and achieving the mandate of the Constitution. Second part, Nina Rutusada will explain about stages in the formation of public policy.
Hello everyone, I am Nina Ratusada. In this section, I will explain about stakes in forming public policy. The stakes in policy making include the following. The first, identification of problems and needs. The first stake in the formulation of social policy is to collect data about social problems experienced by the community and identify unmet needs. The second, analysis of problems and needs. The next step is to forecast, sort, and select data about the problems and needs of community, which are then analyzed and transformed into organized effort. The third, information policy plan. Based on the analysis report, a policy plan is prepared. This plan is then submitted to various subsystems of society related to social policy issues to obtain input and response. This plan can also be submitted to the people representative institution for discourse and approval. The fourth, formulation of policy objectives. After obtaining various suggestions for the community, various discussions were conducted to obtain policy alternatives. Several alternatives were then analyzed again and served into policy objectives. The fifth, selection of policy models. The selection of policy model is carried out primarily to determine the approaches, method, and strategies that most effectively and efficiently achieve policy objectives. The selection on these models is also intended to obtain a scientific basis and principle of social policy that are logical, systematic, and can accounted for. The sixth, determination of social indicator. In order to achieve the objectives and the choice of policy models that can be measured objectively, it is necessary to formulate social indicators that serve as a reference, measure, or standard for the action plan and the result to be achieved. The seventh, building public support and legitimacy. The text at this stage is this stage is to inform and improve policy plan. Furthermore, it involves various parties who are relevant to the policy, lobbying, negotiating, and coalition with various community groups in order to reach consensus and agreement on the social policies that will be applied. So much from me. Thank you.
On the third part, we move on to the next part about the public policy agenda that will be explained by Muhammad Rafi Firdaus.
Hello everyone, I'm Muhammad Rafi Firdaus and I will explain about public policy agenda. Public policy agenda agreement that policymakers choose or fail to make certain action. The policy agenda can be distinguished from political demands in general and with the term priority, which is usually intended to refer to the arrangement of the main agenda items with the consideration that an agenda is more important than other agenda. Barbara Nelson stated that the policy agenda process took place when public officials learned about new problems, decided to pay attention personally, and mobilize the organization they had to respond to this problem. The policy agenda is basically a battle of discourse that takes place within government institutions. According to Peter Bachras and Morton Baraz, there are several methods used by policymakers to prevent a problem from entering the policy agenda, namely, first, using violence, second, using the value and belief that apply, namely by using political culture. And the last, political leadership is an important factor in developing a political agenda. Political leaders, whether motivated by consideration of political advantage, the public interest, or both, may respond to certain problems, disseminate them, and propose solutions to those problems. In this regard, the executive, namely the president, and the legislative body, namely in the DPR, have a major role in politics and government in preparing the public agenda.
Next, the fourth part about public policy levels that will be explained by Muhammad Irman Romdoni.
Okay, next I am Muhammad Irman Romdoni. In this section I will explain about level of public policy. Next, okay, 4. Level of public policy. Public policy that are macro or general or fundamental, namely I. Constitution 1945 V. Law Fairfu. C. Government regulation. D. Presidential regulation. And A. Regional regulation. Public policy that is meso or intermediate or as an explanation of implementation. This policy can take the form of ministerial regulation, ministerial circular letter, governor regulation, region regulation, and major regulation. The policy can also take the form of a joint decree or SKB between minister, governor, and region and major. Micro public policy and policies that regulate the implementation of the policies. above. The form of the policy is a regulation issued by public official under the minister, governor, regent, and mayor. Okay, thank you everyone.
And the last part is about forms of irregularities in the public policy process making. This part will be explained by Muzaki Ahmad Hatami.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Introduce myself. My name is Muzaki Ahmad Khatami. I am a public administration student in semester 6. In this occasion, I will explain form of irregulation in public policy making. Okay, corruption is the main cause why the level of public welfare in Indonesia cannot be increased through government's policy. The phenomenon of corruption also explains why the multidimensional crisis in Indonesia that occurred since has been prolonged and cannot be overcome. It is not expressed if unexpressed that corruption is the root of all problems in Indonesia.
What the fuck is that?
From the perspective of public administration,
What are you
the
doing?
cause of corruption is the law, accountability of public bureaucracy.
What the hell?
In addition, the exclusion of the public in the policy making process in the bureaucracy makes if default to realize bureaucracy accountability. See the Hussein Alatas, a corruption sociologist, explained 7 typologies of corruption, which as follows: 1. Transitive corruption that solves all mutual agreement between the parties giving and receiving mutual benefits, and both parties are equally active in carrying out the act. 2. Extortive corruption, which states the time form of coercion where the parties are forced to bribe to that certain themselves, interest, people, or things that are valued. 3. Investive corruption involving an offer of goods of service without direct link to a certain benefit for the giver, other than the expected benefits to be obtained in the future. Nepotistic corruption in the form of giving special treatment to friend of or those who have a close relationship in the framework of occupying public office. Autogenic 5. Number 5. Autogamic corruption committed by individuals because they have the opportunity to benefit from their knowledge and understanding of something only known to themselves. 6. Supportive corruption, which refers to creating an atmosphere conducive to protecting or maintaining the existence of acts of corruption. 7. Defensive corruption that must be done in order to defend the self from extortion. Thanks. Wassalam. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Finally, I will speak about the conclusion of this presentation. In conclusion, public policy studies see the process of policy formations as a cyclical process in which there are various definite and repetitive stages. The stages of public policy reformation contained in the cycle process are problem identification, agenda setting, policy formulation, policy legitimation, policy implementation, and policy evaluation. One by one, the stages in the process of public policy formation show that a stage of the process of public policy is related to the previous stage and influence the next stage. The existence of policy cycle provides benefits, among others, to help ease the complexity of public policy formulation, provides a good opportunity to carry out studies of public policies that are systematically and analytically relevant in accordance with area constraints and as a benchmark of assessing the effectiveness and efficiency of a policy seen based on each of the states. Okay, that's all we wanted to say about public policy in our presentation. If you have no comment, I will end this session. But I'll wait your comment about this material. Thank you so much for your attention. See you in other opportunities. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.